3 of your Inner Goddess Journey. This is your third training, and we are working on visioning. This will be actually 2 parts. So today will be the part that will be preparing your canvas for visioning your inner goddess, your essence, your energy from last week that you've been cutting out, and colors and images and anything that feels or expresses your inner essence. So again, creating an ambiance. I have my sacred temple here. I have candle, incense, essential oils, a diffuser on. I have some water, etc. So coming into this state of connecting into your heart. Just doing breathing. I have some music also to get me into that state. So bringing that for you as well during our journey. So to begin, as if this were your canvas, I wanted to share with you how to prepare or what to do to prepare specifically for your inner goddess visioning. Okay, as you saw, your preparation for this week would be getting a cardboard type of canvas, like a creative board, a whiteboard, or different colors so that you can paste your pictures and images and things right on it. But before you do that, I wanted to share with you a step that you can really help in really manifesting, bringing in the magic by creating a foundational piece that you're actually alchemizing or activating and invoking the power of sacred symbols. Okay, so I will be reviewing with you 5 different sacred symbols that you'll be placing on your canvas before placing any of the photos or the pictures onto your canvas. You can use one or all depending on what really resonates with you. So before we dive deep into that, let me just share with you a little bit about beauty. Okay, so I have this connection to beauty, or I'm calling in this connection to your deep inner beauty as we're working with Aphrodite through embracing your beauty. So beauty is a combination of qualities such as shape, color, or form that pleases the aesthetic senses, especially the sight. Beauty, that's the basic energy of beauty. But what I want to bring forth in beauty, if you go deeper into connecting to that word, it says, beauty is the quality present in a thing or person that gives intense pleasure or deep satisfaction to the mind, whether arising from sensory manifestations or shape, color, sound, energy. All that is part of beauty. So it's about manifesting or bringing into form energy that gives intense pleasure. So this inner beauty piece is about coming back into intense pleasure in connecting to your essence, into your soul, and expressing it outwardly, or expressing it through your creative intention, your creative voice, your creative art. Okay? So beauty is also a meaningful design or pattern or something else as a personality in which high spiritual qualities are manifest. So in connecting to your inner beauty, this energy, this essence, I want you to really connect to the spirit, the essence, the soul, the energy. So in doing that, I also want to bring in that sacred symbols. Okay, sacred connection to sacred geometry is also called that, because they within the essence of that pattern, you're also bringing that pattern into your power, your inner beauty, your power, your essence, your inner goddess, bringing it forth, part of this journey. I want to share with you a quote from Women Who Run with Wolves, Myths and Stories of the Wild Woman, Clarissa Pinkola Estes. If you know this book, it's a powerful book. I wanted to bring it into my Moon Magic club that I'll be bringing sometime in the future to you, right? This is a powerful book I've also connected to in many ways. I've brought her into my thesis working with embodiment of devotional practices of healing into wholeness, bringing in the sacred arts as part of your devotional. So Clarissa Pinkola Estes, she says, like night dreams, like night dreams, stories often use symbolic language, therefore bypassing the ego and persona, and traveling straight to the spirit and soul, who listen for the ancient and universal instructions embedded there. Because of this process, stories can teach, correct errors, lighten the heart and the darkness, provide psychic shelter, assist transformation, and heal wounds. So this is the part that I want you to do, is connect to the symbols so that you're bypassing the ego and persona, meaning more that you're expanding and encompassing the ego and persona by coming through from your spirit, your soul, your heart. So allowing yourself to breathe and tune in, putting your hand on your left part of your body, right, your chest, where your heart is, like putting your right hand on your heart. And I like to put my left hand on my belly, my womb area. So taking a few moments to really breathe in before I tune into these sacred symbols and share them with you. This allows you to actually travel your awareness down into your essence, your depth, your feminine ground of being. Really feeling your feet on the ground, calling forth your inner beauty, your inner sacred connection through figures, patterns, and symbols. The mythic part of you that understands the archetypes through symbology, through colors, through sound. As we come together again, I will share with you first the circle. Circle. I'm going to make this large circle. I've used these symbols through this invocation as I've shared this work through a workshop I did a few years ago called Visioning with Venus, that we brought in all the different love goddesses, right, that really bring you into wholeness. So in this connection to the circle, we're activating the energy of wholeness. Okay, pull attention inward, the energy of the circle, coming back into center, returning to soul, connection, deep healing, interconnectedness, this energy of the circle. I'm calling forth with the circle, I call Oshun. She's a Yoruba goddess, also a love goddess. As I've shared, when I worked with these symbols, the symbologies, those goddesses that showed up in connecting to this, so that you allow yourself to activate your inner goddess journey through the love goddesses, embodying your greatest version through the goddess of self-love, whole beauty, and sovereignty. And each one I've invoked with each symbol. And these symbols I received through, if you're familiar with the Book of Symbols, through a powerful creator, writer, goddess energy, priestess, shaman woman, medicine woman. She passed away a few years ago. And she was integral in the part of me going into women's spirituality, as I was gifted this book during my women's studies in college. I was doing my bachelor's at the time, and I took that college course called Women's Studies, and it brought me this activation within me about creating connection through the sacred symbols. I will share her link and the book that I'm talking about underneath the video. Okay, so she brings in the circle and that connection. Although each one of you have a specific goddess that you're working with through this journey, just calling in the circle brings in this energy of wholeness, this energy of really understanding that we're all interconnected, and also a sacred container is the energy of the circle. Containment, this power of containment of understanding that we are whole, and that we contain, and that we choose what comes in and what comes out. Okay, so this energy of the sacred connection, sacred temple as well, through this circle, as all the symbols are. The second symbol I want to share with you today is the square. So putting in the square. Square. It's four-pointed, right? Each points create this energy of security and grounding, strengthening self-security, security of yourself, like trusting your own value. It brings in like the energy again, grounding, connecting to inner resource. So there's inner connection to your own resources, knowing that you bring in your own stability and groundedness. There's an energy resonance to this about gratitude, love, and abundance. When I call in the circle, called in the circle already. The square is about resource and also this replenishment of using resources in its best form. So having value connected to your resources, what comes in and what comes out. So there's reciprocity, and it creates stability and grounding. This energy of square. Square is also about the 4 points of community. So as you know, many tables are square in this way. So it's more about community and the 4 points, the 4 stability. Even if the actual table is on the top, right? It's circle. There's many times that you have the 4 legs to hold and ground. It holds a lot of energy. So that you can place so many things on top of it because that has that strong stability energy. So the goddess that I connected with for the square is Lakshmi. She's a Hindu goddess. And Lakshmi helps you connect your inner value abundance. I also created these goddess essence sprays, and one of the goddesses that came forth in the 5 essence sprays that I've created, that I'm making new ones as well. So they're in the process of rebirthing the goddess essence sprays. Lakshmi, her message through these goddess essence sprays was inner value abundance. So abundance, knowing your inner value and allowing abundance to show you that. And where there isn't, allowing abundance, again, to really bring you awareness of who you truly are, right? In an intrinsic level, you are value. You are valuable, right? I was connecting to the energy of that today to bring in today. So I'm going to put in some words so that you can really tap into this energy. So wealth, abundance, having reserves, right? Allowing the energy to come and ground for reserves. So this is energy, money, love, all the powerful resources. Affluence, which I call influential abundance. Immediate connection to our currency source. This grounds that. So the sacred container that is square helps you feel on the presence on the more material plane of what that looks like. So prosperity, to be prosperous, right? It's like also the prosperous is like bringing things to fruition. So those aspects of your inner goddess that are connected to these symbols, and or you want to bring them out. You put this on your canvas. Start the canvas with these symbols that connect with you again. So the second one I'd like to share with you is the square, which I just shared with you, right? The third one, self-relationship, aligning to heart, strengthening heart's desire, taking you into account in choices, and again, self-love. So I wonder, I'm going to surprise you with what the actual symbol is. The cross, okay? The cross is you being in the center space. And again, it also breaks into 4, energy of 4. So the cross is all about meeting yourself in the center, meeting yourself in the heart, in the womb, in the center of who you are. So connected to the divine, connected to divine Mother Earth, connected to Father Sky, I like to say, right? Spirit and matter, matter, and also across. So it goes through your heart, like, right, like this, through your whole heart chakra that runs through this whole arm connection. So like being here, connecting, receiving and giving, right? Abundance. So it's being a receptivity, receiving and giving from being met in the center, being in your center. Again, so this brings in the energy of self-relationship, aligning to heart's desire. You are in the power seat in this energy. So cross, the goddess that I call forth in this specific configuration of the cross, is the Egyptian goddess, Isis, another love goddess. I love Isis for this because this is a sacred symbol, and to me it feels like magic as well, like connecting to attunement, like I said, attuning. If you know anything about the tarot, the journey of the tarot, you have the magician. Magic is the first card, and the second goes to priestess. And the priestess knows as in the feminine, the sacred feminine, to how to use the magic that comes through her and how to attune, how to align. And Isis is one that I use strongly in my work, and who comes, it is part of my essence of bringing in the sacred arts, the sacred tools, the attunement, the connection to being right in the center, the center point. So the fourth symbol, I will bring it out from this center space and spiral it out. So we have this spiral. Right? Into the square, and I'm going to continue bringing the spiral outside the square. It's a resonant form, right? Rippling out. And then bringing it with the circle, as I'm using this to bring all the symbology, all the energy, all the sacred texts in. So the spiral, practical pleasure. Now I say practical pleasure. It's like even in pleasure in creating this. So practical is like embodiment of pleasure that, as I said, emits, right? And you receive. If you go and create the spiral from the outside in, that you receive that as well. The spiral is also very connected to the goddess journey, inner goddess journey, about cycles, right? Allowing cycles to spiral. So it's all about growing and changing. So as a circle is the wholeness, the spiraling, if you're looking at it, I'm going to draw it here. If I'm spiraling, and you could see it from the side, spiraling up or spiraling down as the seasons, looks more like this. So when we spiral across, again, you meet the same points, but on a higher level. So allowing, instead of spiraling, doing the same thing over, is you're spiraling and learning and then going back and refining and coming back around. So this energy of growth and change, transformation, evolution. One of the things is when you're drawing it clockwise, you're cycling up, you're up leveling with new level of awareness. And if you're counterclockwising, if you're drawing it counterclockwise, it's also helping you to release old patterns. You're going in to clear old patterns, also to do soul retrievals or energy retrievals. You're doing counterclockwise. You're going back in and around and clearing and coming in. So I use the spiral and also energy clearing, a type of clearing that you do by going in, going out, and we can talk more about that and in through this journey. We'll go into more about clearing and aligning. Also, the spiral, how you relate with a partner, right? Because this is emitting out and receiving. So there's this energy of relationship with a partner that I also call forth in the spiral. Again, if you've seen many times the spiral, there's drawings of the goddess. This is the drawing of the goddess. I can put it here. Many times it's this goddess, it's this figure, this beautiful figure, but because she doesn't have actual legs, right? Let me just bring this around a little bit, right? And might not be the best picture, but there's a spiral connected to the spiral, right? She doesn't have actual legs because she's the goddess, right? It's divine. It's divine energy. I will put a picture in underneath this video because that's not the best representation, but I'll share with you. So the spiral is really connecting to the heroine's journey, the woman's journey, the journey of soul, right? Specifically the journey of the feminine soul, going within and coming out. So the energy of Mother Earth and her natural cycles, right? From winter, spring, summer, autumn, fall, and back into the winter, and also the transitioning spots of each of the natural seasons, nature seasons. We as women also go through that on a monthly, if we're talking moon rhythms, as well as on a yearly, and so on and so forth in our journey. So Venus, I gave the spiral to Venus, this energy of Venus. Also Aphrodite. So I'm sorry, Venus. I gave it to Venus because this spiral energy I feel is very powerful in connecting to the value and bringing her within and without. Okay. The next, number 5, is another powerful point used in sacred text. Triangle. Connecting to soul dreams. It's fire. It's a triangle. Energy of fire, passion and inspiration. It luxuriates. It creates an energy of luxuriousness, fueling the inner fire to magnetize, soul care, and revel in beauty. Connect to inner, outer beauty. This is the energy of the triangle that brings in this reveling, this soul care. It's dynamic. This energy of like, I'm grounded and I go to spirit, right? And also the upside down triangle, right? And I am also grounded and connect to Mother Earth. So that becomes a diamond, right? But I'm feeling the energy of triangle, and then you can bring in diamond, right? Within that. So the triangle and diamond, I call forth Aphrodite. And we're in her journey right now. So this powerful diamond in connecting to the power of Aphrodite. Again, she's the Greek goddess, and Venus is the Roman goddess version of her. But because they're with different names already, it has a different energy. They both bring in a similar, but yet different, or different aspects of what love and beauty can represent in the divine feminine. Again, sovereignty, as they all are for sovereignty. Triangle, inspiration, like fire, passion, true passion, allowing the passion source to come through you. Like if you're needing passion, or you know that your inner goddess is very passionate, or bringing in more energy of that fire and magnetizing people to you, because it's like a light, a diamond. It's also a connection to the yoni. The yoni is the sacred name for the vagina. So the yoni, I'll write it here, yoni. Okay, yoni, Y-O-N-I. So you see like this connection of the yoni. It's very angular and triangular. So the last symbol I want to share with you is the symbol of infinity. Infinity. Make sure there's a connection there, right? Infinity. Unlimited creation, interrelationships, relating. This is this reciprocity, true reciprocity. Heightening vibration. So there's a heightening energy when you're using infinity. So infinite to the finite, allowing the finite energy, so the divine energy, to come through in an infinite way, expansive way. So it continues to move, never ending, right? So there's energy of deep love, deep being, eminence, radiate and receiving. So you're radiating and you're receiving at the same time as you draw it. Compassion and encompassing, right? That's what I connect to when I connect to infinity. There's also that energy of passion, reverence, relationship. So passion meaning like the compassion, sharing the compassion. There's a synchronicity energy, synchronizing, as well as synergy. There's a synergy that infinity has. So like knowing that when you're connecting to anything that you're connecting, so you can also draw infinity this way, right? Right, so you're connecting alignment. So it's like an energy of 8 resources in a way that's powerful and regenerative, and where the cycle never ends in the sense of our journey through this lifetime, right? So connecting with a partner from this reverent and eternal connection. So this is an eternal energy, eternal reverence. Although I gave Isis this energy for during the inner goddess journey, for these particular symbols, when I worked with it originally through this visioning event that I did, I gave it Kuan Yin. I gave this energy Kuan Yin, who's an Asian goddess. The infinity, because there's this energy of Kuan Yin is very ethereal and compassionate, and she's grounded and also knows how to really work the energy. Like she knows how to bring in what is needed through this heart and compassion energy. So I gave, or I bestowed upon her, or it was bestowed to me, actually, all of these. So although they are all interchangeable in each of the goddesses, I wanted to just bring these aspects together for you to give you a grounding, right? The foundation in preparing your canvas and putting your essence on there. You can use all of these, just how I drew this here, to really engage in all these aspects. Or you can choose 1, 2, 3, right, that you really want to bring in and really you feel speaks to your inner goddess. Okay, so this is the first part I would like you to do, is tune in. Tune in. I will share a sheet with you, again, underneath this video, so that you have it to download and tune into what feels right for you. The second thing I want to share with you Let me have a little water. Is I would like for you to research or if you already know, a poem or quote that speaks to your inner goddess. So for me, I want to share with you something that I'm bringing for the Priestess program that I'm offering in February, that starts in February of 2018. I had it in front of me. Okay, here we go. It's written from Nikki Rowe, or spoken from or through her. She says she is a rare soul. She has this infectious energy that makes you want to run next to her. She belonged to no one but herself, and to anyone that was yet to understand themselves, found the missing piece, or found the missing pieces in her presence. So this is energy calling forth of my inner goddess that feels like that. This awakened woman, which is part of a priestess, a true priestess that comes out in connection to all of these. Inner goddess reverence, as she here is a sacred wild woman, let's say, knowing her wild woman self and knowing her her aspects that is here to bring forth the goddess, right? So I feel like that speaks to not only myself, but how I am here to hold space for other women to connect to their inner goddess energy. So that's one thing I will write on my canvas when I create mine, when I do mine, or I've done more than one, so then my next one, I will write that on my canvas. So like finding a corner or going around in a circle, right? Like if you started here, right? She is a rare soul, right? If you used a circle or any of your sacred symbols, and then keep going around, be creative, allow it to speak to you and where you want it to be expressed. Another one that I love that I want to share with you is again from Clarissa Pinkola Estes, from one of her powerful books. She says, the things that women reclaim are often their own voice, their own values, their imagination, their clairvoyance, their stories, their ancient memories. If we go deeper and the darker and the less known, we will touch the bones, right? So I feel that my inner goddess energy learns or moves in this way of touching the bones, right? And reclaiming my stories, the ancient memories, all that I've shared. There's an aspect of my inner goddess that has walked that path. I've done that path and continue to do so and hold space for myself and others in that way. So that's another one that I would share. So I'm giving you examples of which ones that you can search for that speaks to you. And if it doesn't have to be a full quote. It can just be like words. Like I would write magic, right? Or magical. Imminence. Or imminent. Right? Things like I love reverent. I love the word reverence. So reverent. Some words, and I know that you are already connecting to words and doing art, but if you don't have a quote, a specific quote, then you can write just a few more words, or really hone or really bring into this energy what you want to have in this foundation of what you're calling forth and invoking in your intention through this visioning of your inner goddess. So you know that she's in the foundation. Okay? You may also draw or create art on your foundation. Okay? So we're layering as we are multi-layered, right? This is a multi-dynamic energy. It's very powerful. Calling forth all these symbols. And then these symbols will show you and teach you what does that look like in your life, right? So This is the part one for this week. I want you to tune in before we get to the next step. I want you to connect to this part before we dive into actually bringing forth um, the art creative part that you're putting in the visuals right on your canvas. Okay. I look forward to speaking you and seeing you in our session together and see what you embrace during this time. Sending you lots of love. It's Marcella Barone, your Inner Goddess Journey.